Welcome to our Wow Brows class. I'm so glad that you're here. And so many of you have already put your name in the comments. So way to be here on time. And we're going to do a giveaway today of our brow kit. So Mary Kay has these special brow kits. So we'll be doing that as the giveaway here at the end. Welcome, Jenny. Welcome, Mary Lynn. So glad you're here. Welcome, Amanda. Going to hang out twice today. So fun. Welcome, Edith, and welcome, Arba. So glad you're on. So we're going to be talking all about how to shape your eyebrows, what colors are best with what certain hair color you have, what color of brows is recommended. And I thought as a special little treat, I'm going to remove my eyebrows or take off the tint that I have on, and we're going to try two different techniques and we can see which one we like the best on mine. So we'll do that at the very end. So we're going to talk about the products, and then we're going to play a referral game. We're working on doing 30 New Year facials or makeovers in January. So thinking about who you'd love to give the gift of a free pampering treatment after all the holidays. And I feel like that's a lot of time when women want to switch things up. They want new ideas with makeup and really talking about skincare concerns too. So that is what we'll be playing as a referral game. And then at the very end, we'll kind of wrap up, show what we talked about, and spin the wheel, find out what the gift with purchase is, and spin the wheel and find out who's our winner. So, and if you're watching for the first time, I think most of you are not, but in case you're watching for the first time, I'm Roseanne. I've been building my Mary Kay business for 16 years. Prior to that, I had graduated with my degree in piano pedagogy. So I was teaching piano full time and loved working with my students. But in the mornings when I wasn't teaching piano, I was very bored, and I was looking for a part-time job, something flexible that could work around my piano teaching income and also provide that supplemental income. And Mary Kay, I got invited to a facial. I was a referral, and I'm so grateful that my friend referred me to a treatment, and I got to go try the products, and I was impressed with them. But I had zero interest in joining because I'm more introverted. I didn't know much about makeup. I didn't want to work with women. I thought it'd be lots of drama and gossip, and I didn't want to sell anything. So there's a lot of reasons that almost held me back. And I'm so glad that I watched a little video about this opportunity and what the possibilities can be. And the video was called Why Not You, Why Not Now? And as I watched that, I had no intention of joining Mary Kay. And then after I watched it, I had so many possibilities in my mind of why I should. And I showed it to my husband, and he said, go for it. And later on, he said he could see I needed something positive. You know, I was thinking of this more of the financial part, the flexibility. He was thinking more of my overall well-being as a woman, and he could see I was struggling with infertility, and it was not putting me in a happy place. And he wanted me to have positive friendships and personal growth. And so that's why I joined Mary Kay, and I have loved every aspect of this business, and most importantly, all you ladies, and getting to know you. And I got to talk with Ashley earlier this morning. Ashley, it's so glad to have you back on. I hope you enjoyed your day off of work and got a lot of things done. So, and some R&R too, some rest and relaxation. So, okay, well, let's jump in. We're going to go through the slides, and then I'll do the tutorial. So I'm in love with our Clear Brow Styling Gel. Absolutely. In fact, I have it right here. Let me pull it out. This product is so fantastic. Not only can you put it on your brows, and then I like to take my finger and kind of like press it down to help it stay there better, but it works great on your hair. So if you have flyaway hairs, no more, and you can just kind of tame your hair down with this Clear Brow Styling Gel. And yeah, it doesn't leave your eyebrows crunchy or stiff. So I love that it holds them, yet is natural. So love that. That is our Clear Brow Styling Gel. And if you've ever tried that, type that in the chat. I screamed literally when we got that brow gel in. I get it's called a buzz kit. So about a month or two before Mary Kay launches a new product, as a director, I get to try the new product. So they don't, we joke that Mary Kay tests on animals, but we are the animals that they test on. So anyway, so I screamed, and my husband was like, what in the world? I was like, Mary Kay has a brow gel. And anyway, just loved it because we had an other brow gel. It was a different formula years ago. And I was so sad when they discontinued that. And so when they had this one, I was like, finally, because I don't like to use any other brands. And so part of me was like, okay, maybe I should just go find another brow gel. But I'm like, no, I want to stay true to Mary Kay. And so I did. And Mary Kay came through. So thank you. And Jotina, so glad you're on. So glad you're on. So that is our clear brow gel, giving you the look of laminated brows. And so that's the prep. That's what you do before. So a precision brow liner, and sorry about the font going crazy. I put this into PowerPoint and it's a different font that apparently StreamYard does not carry. And so I got to remember to change that because I'm pretty sure that was like that last time too. So anyway, note to self, change slides, make sure they have a compatible font. Okay, so these brow precision liners are $14. They're super, just like the name says, precision. They are teeny tiny. I have one here as well that I'm going to be showing you guys here tonight. So just a super teeny tiny tip there. And you can, twist too. So you can make it bigger and smaller as you want. So from the perfect arch, and you want to do a feathering motion. And this is really great if maybe your eyebrows are kind of sparse and you don't have bushy eyebrows, where you can make the look of little hair-like motions with the precision brow liner. So there's 5 different shades of this. There's blonde, dark blonde, there's brunette, dark brunette, and there is black brown. And so you find the shade that's best for you. And we're going to talk about that here in a second. So, and then another product we have is our brow tints. And this is what I currently use and love. I have more fuller, thicker eyebrows. I have my whole life. And as I get older, though, I can tell they're not, they're shrinking down a bit. So I was grateful I started with full ones. But these have different tints. There's 4 different colors: brown, or blonde, dark blonde, brunette, and dark brunette. And it kind of is like a little mascara one, a mini mascara one that you use and you put it on your eyebrows to tint them. So that is also $14. They keep it really simple on the brow product, so it helps. They know I have a hard time memorizing all the prices. And I have one, it's still in my bag right here. So they look like this. And yeah, it's pretty fun. So I currently wear dark blonde, which surprisingly is lighter than blonde. Not sure why they did that, but blonde is darker than dark blonde. So someone will need to tell Mary Kay that one day, but I just know what color I am, and that's what I get every time. Okay, so brow mapping. So this is so key, especially if you don't have perfectly designed eyebrows, and your eyebrows might never look like twins, but we want them to look like sisters. We don't want them to look like distant relatives. So mapping is a good way to help them both look uniform. You will go up right from where your eyes start, and that's where you want the hairs to start on your eyebrow. And then when you go all the way to the end, where number 3 is, that's where the end of your eyes, that's where you want it to end. And where you want it to arch is right in that, over in this, in the middle of your eye, like just going right in the middle of the eye. And that's where you want it to be the highest. And so we'll talk more about brow mapping when I do that. So your brow hair color. So if you have a lighter blonde, you can use the blonde. I also, I use the dark blonde, but blonde usually if your hair's lighter. And then you can also use eyeshadows like hazelnut to be another alternative. Instead of using the brow liner, you can use that hazelnut eyeshadow to help fill in sparse hairs. It's a very light brown and it's matte. You don't want to use shimmery eyeshadows on your eyebrows. Hopefully you probably all realize that. Anyway, but so that's the hazelnut would be an option there. And then you can use the dark blonde to add a little more definition. And for cooler blonde, like the Blonde is more for cooler blonde hairs, and dark blonde is more for golden blonde, which maybe is what I have. I'm not really sure. I'm not a hair expert, but I believe I have more golden blonde, and that's why I like the dark blonde. And then gray or silver taupes, taupe shades work best. And so the blonde or dark blonde, and if you want to use a corresponding Chroma Fusion eyeshadow like the hazelnut, would probably be best with that too. Okay, so red hair. So if you have red or strawberry hair, using the blonde, again, brow tint. And the blonde, I think, looks better than the dark blonde on redheads, if I remember right. I need to ask my mom. Maybe my mom can type in what she uses. She's a redhead. For darker brunette, red-haired, you can try the brunette. Actually, my mom uses brunette. Now I know that. I remember that. She's like, she had tried the blonde and it wasn't cutting it, so she uses brunette. And I have another customer with red hair. She uses brunette as well. So, yes, I know. And to fill in with Cinnabar or Mahogany, those are some other eyeshadow colors that are a little darker, that are also a matte eyeshadow, could be an option as well if you don't use the liner. Or you could do all the above. And for darker hair, you're naturally, as you think about it, you're probably going to use the black brown if they're really dark, the brunette or the dark brunette for the precision brow liners. And you can use Espresso, which is one of my favorite eyeshadow colors. And that one you can also use as an eyeliner if you have a special like eyeshadow liner brush. Espresso makes a really gorgeous dark brown eyeliner as well. So you can use it as an eyeliner, as an eyeshadow, or to fill in your brows. So very versatile. Thank you, Espresso. So that's some things there. Okay, so actually before we do the referral game, I'm going to pull up, actually I'm going to take off, I have an eye makeup remover here. Hopefully you all have this. This is our #1 selling product. The most gentle, fun way to remove your eye makeup. I'm not going to remove my eye makeup today, but I'm going to take off my brows and we're going to do one of them with the liner and one of them with the tint. And so I'm just kind of taking off my eyebrows. And the older I get, the lighter my eyebrows are getting. They're still not crazy. Some of that came off from earlier this morning when I put my eyebrows on. They might like look a little darker now because they kind of got the eye makeup remover on them. But yeah, so you can just take off. And also you can clean. I normally clean my eyebrows, which maybe I should have done this with a cleanser. Just make sure you don't get it too close to your eyes. But I use our Skin Vigorate brush and use that to clean off my eyebrows. Okay, so the first step I like to do is use our eyebrow brush. It's a dual brush. This is the eyeliner that I was talking about that you could use for Espresso and use as a really dark brown eyeliner. So I have this. Let me grab a mirror for myself so I can, this is not the best mirror. So, and I like to first start with brushing them because mine get a little wild. Yeah, having a brush like this is super nice. Okay, so they're brushed. Then I like to do the clear brow gel. And the trick I found with this is after you've applied it, take your fingers and just kind of press down and you can kind of shape them as well. And you might want to rebrush it a little after you do that, but I just feel like it helps them like stick a little better. Okay, so that's the clear brow gel. Use it on I can't do this backwards, oh my gosh. Just so you know, everything's backwards on my, anyway, I should just do this. But yeah, so that's usually what I do in the morning. I just actually, most of the times, just these hairs right here kind of stick up sometimes. So just use some brow gel and keeps them in place. Okay, so let's do the right, you know what? Just looking at my eyebrows, my right eye, which is this one, looks a little less full. So let's use the liner there to help it look more full. And remembering the mapping technique, starting right here. This is where the brow's going to start. And then you're going to go to the end. This is where it's going to end. Yay. Glad I'm doing that so far. And then right in the middle is where the highest point will be. So I'm going to start at the beginning, and I'm just doing some light hair-like motions. Just take your time with the highest point kind of going through that middle of the eye and tapering down. And then you can kind of layer it if you want to add a little more. And this, I think, just works a lot better if you don't have hair, which I have. But see already, I think that's improved so much. So your eyebrows, they shape your face. So if you don't have eyebrows, I should have showed the pictures of people like who either shaved them off or just don't have them, or just like was taken off. But just to kind of show how much eyebrows affect our face, right? So yay. So what do you think? That one's, I'm actually pretty happy with that. Okay, so now on the other side, okay, the brow tint. Oh, I put it like over there. This is the dark blonde. And when you first get them, I feel like they have a ton of product in there. So you kind of just like add a little, and then I take the brush and I just like blend it because at first it's like, that's a lot of color. As I use it over the next month or two, I feel like there's, less and less product on there. So it's a little easier. So now I'm going to do what eye did I just do? Okay, I just did my right eye. I'm doing my left, which is on my right side. That's really confusing. And one thing I love about this is it's so fast. To start there, kind of get a little higher as you go up, come down, and there where you're supposed to end. It's so fast. There's no like individual strokes. You're just kind of putting it on. If you want to add some more, you can. I think I will. One thing I do notice about this is after you put it on, you want to go through and kind of brush it in case there's any areas that got more tint on it than the others. And that can be done with that handy dandy dual end brush. Okay, so there's that eye. And as you can see, my eyebrows are different shaped as most humans. This one has more of a nice curve, and this one is like struggling. It's a struggle bus. It looks not so curved, but yeah. So I feel overall as even as they can get. So, but I do feel like this one's darker because of what I just did. So I might add this on top so I don't look too different. I do have this short little zoom after this, and I don't want to look too crazy, but okay, there we go. So liners, brow tints, and I love the dual end brush. I should look that up and let you guys know how much that is. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think I know what it is, but I just don't want to guess. So let me grab my catalog and we'll wrap up here quick. That brush can be sold separately. In fact, it doesn't come in the brush set, so it is only sold separately. It's $10. I was going to say 12. That's only 10. It's a still. And it's like two ends. But you can use this for eyeliner. And you can dip it into a gel liner, or you can use an eyeshadow as a liner. You could also fill in the brows with that too. So many options. So $10. Dang. Okay, you need this in your stocking, right? Or someone you know and love that loves makeup does. Okay. And welcome, Rachel. Excited to hang out with you again today as well. So super neat. So what we're going to do now is spin the wheel and find out what the gift with purchase is. And so if you're needing products for yourself, if you're running low, or you learned a technique today that you want to purchase some brow products and try that. I don't think I shared my screen. Remove, add. There we go. I spun the wheel before sharing it with you. And it's 2 free samples. Cool. Yeah, I love samples. So much fun. Okay. So 2 free samples. I have to write this down or I'll forget. And if you are needing to order, please remind your consultant too, because she might forget. And just say, hey, remember, I get 2 free samples because I watched your Wow Brows class, and I'm ordering. So within the next 24 hours, when you order, you'll get 2 free samples with your order. So, okay. And now what we're going to do is play the referral game and give you a chance to think about who you'd love to refer to a new year, new you, facial or makeover. It can be done virtually or in person, so it doesn't matter if your consultant doesn't live close to your family or your friend that you're referring, because we can send samples and do pampering treatments virtually. So I'm going to give you a couple minutes to think about who you'd like to refer. And here we go. Trying to pick out what song I'm doing. Here we go. Okay. I think I have everyone on, and I'm sorry it didn't go live in the Facebook group again. I think it hasn't done that since the 1st of December. So I need to figure out what's going on. But let's show the names I have on the wheel now, so we can see if you see your name. If you don't see your name, text me or comment on YouTube. But I don't know why the last 2 weeks has not gone live in Facebook. And of course, I haven't changed anything. I haven't done anything different. But I'm just gotta love technology. Doesn't always work exactly how we want. So I have Mary Lynn, Amanda, Edith, Ashley, and Jotina entered to win the brow kit, which I gotta open this up. It is so pretty. I'll show it to you guys. So the brow kit comes with 3 different colors, and one of them's a pomade, so it's more like a wet, not wet, but like more like a cream. So it's not like, what's the word? It's not a powder, like an eyeshadow fill, but it's more of a cream, and it helps the brows stay in place better too. And so that's there. There's also a highlighter in here and so and then that's to go around the brows to help them stand out more. So that's what the highlighter does. The pomade is the very first one. It's kind of like a matte brown. And then there's a powder, which they called it a powder. And then there's a dual end angled brush, just mini, that fits into here. And there's another brush too. Oh, there's a spoolie, little kind of what we were talking about. So this is quite the treat because these are limited edition. I actually don't even know if they're available anymore. So like, I was really debating whether to go this way or not because it's my last one. But this is the dual end on both sides. Same thing that you can use with the pomade, with the powder. I would do one with the 2 darker colors, and then the other side, that's what you're going to use with the lighter highlight. And there's tutorial videos, so when you win this, I can send those to you, so you can. And it's all in this cute little compact thing case. So this is our giveaway. So as we wrap up, thank you so much for being on here. And if you thought of someone you'd love to refer to a free treatment, you can text them right now, and the consultant or the customer can live anywhere, or the referral can live anywhere in the United States. So just text those referrals to your consultant. And when you share 12 referrals, you get half off a makeup item. So you probably read that already, but I think I forgot to share that. And then with the bundle and save. And so what we talked about today is pretty much one bundle. We talked about just an eyebrow bundle, which is not featured on this page, but you have your brow tint, your clear brow gel, your brow liner, and the brow dual end brush. And you can fit it in your brush set if you have a brush set. So I just add mine with that. So each of those products is $14. So that's going to be 50 something, I think. Yeah, 50. Doing some math here. 56. Yeah, where's my calculator? Oh, it's on my computer. Yeah, 14 times 4, I think is 56. Let's see. Yes. Thank you. My daughter's in 3rd grade, and we're doing lots of multiplication. So I feel like I know my multiplications a lot better than I did 6 months ago. So it's nice to have the refresher. Okay. So that's a bundle in itself, but it's not featured on here. But if you're like, I want the brow bundle, so that's would be those 4 products. But you might not need the brow tint if your brows are very sparse, or you might not need the liner if your brows are very full. I can kind of get away with both, but I mostly just use the brow tint. That's my just go-to, really quick and easy. And the brow gel, of course. I don't ever start my makeup without putting that on first. And there's different skincare bundles at the top that you can take advantage of tonight. The makeup bundles, of course, and the body care bundles with our satin hands, satin lips. If your hands are feeling at all dry already, as we're changing seasons and stuff and heading into winter, you will want to get some satin hands from your Mary Kay girl, because that will change your life and your family will be very happy. So I know I'm a lot happier. My husband uses satin hands, a little softer to hold his hand. So, and then if you're getting multiple sets, you get the princess price. So you can pick out to up to 4 sets and just pay $199. And then you get our travel roll-up bag as a gift. The queen, you can pick any 6 sets on the page, just pay $299. And the Cadillac, you can pick out 8 sets and just pay $399. And then our best kept secret is our starter kit. And 16 years ago, I had no clue that this opportunity was for me. I thought Mary Kay was set up like a pyramid. I thought I didn't want to sell anything. But as I've learned, like, this really isn't about selling products. It's about pampering, uplifting, and empowering women. There are no sales quotas. And Mary Kay's set up as a dual marketing company. So we each, every single person who joins gets 50% off. And so, you know, I was on a Zoom earlier this week. There's a lady who, she's actually about my age. She's a national Mary Kay millionaire in Mary Kay. We get the same percentage on product. And it just blows my mind that Mary Kay structured this so differently than other direct selling companies. So anyway, so I love that right off the bat, brand new consultants are having that 50% ability, that profit ability. And then it's only $35 to join, which was cheaper than when I joined. It was $100 then. So I love the options, and just having that $35 kit gives you some samples. There's a $90 kit if you want full-size products. You could use those as demos. You can use them for yourself. You could sell them. It's worth $450 retail. So even if you sold that for half, you'd still be making money because it's only $90, and half of that would be $225. So kind of blows my mind. But yeah. So, and then to remain a consultant, it's just 1 order a year, once every 12 months. And so, I mean, if you just think about what you spend on average throughout a year on skincare, makeup, body care, I imagine the average household is about $1,000. You might be more than that. You might be less, but our order is just a measly $225 wholesale once every 12 months. So that could be a fun assignment to do during this time of year, is go through your budget and see, how much do I spend on skincare, makeup, body care, fragrance, add it all up, and see if saving 50% off would be a huge benefit to you. So welcome, Tirsa. I'm so glad you're here. And so that's our best kept secret at the very end. So thank you so much for being on here. I'm so grateful for your friendship. Thank you for your support. And thanks for watching me as I put my brows on. That was something I haven't really done too much of, maybe one other time. But anyway, that was fun. And then let's go to our wheel of names. And let's spin our wheel. Okay, so let's see who's going to win the brow kit. This one's brunette, which I think will work really good for blondes, brunettes. And anyway, so you'll have to let me know if that's going to be your color, if you're the winner. But I think that's going to work really well with most people. Okay, and last call. So if you don't see your name on here, you need to hurry and text me. I need to maybe check my text messages. That could be a good thing to do. Next week, we will not have a product class. I know it's going to be sad, but it's Christmas, so we're just going to be happy at the same time. So enjoy time with your family, relax, and if you're bored, you can always hop on and watch one of our past classes for fun. On the struggle bus to get, okay, there we go. Sweet. I think I have everyone, and I don't see any new text messages. So we are going to spin the wheel. I'm so excited. I'm really jealous, but this is such a cute brow kit that Mary Kay put together. And Amanda Miller. Yay, Amanda. I think this next one is going to be perfect. I'm so excited. So I'll pop this in the mail to you, and thank you so much for being on here. Thank you, everyone, for supporting your consultant. Please text your consultant right now and say, I just finished watching the Wow Brows class. She'd love to hear what was your favorite product, if there's anything she can help you with. And remember, if you need products, you can get 2 free samples with your order for being on our Wow Brows class. So congratulations, Amanda. I'm so happy for you. And we won't be back next week because it's Christmas, but the week after, we're doing our first ever New Year, New You class where we're focusing on the most main skincare concerns and addressing how to fix them too. So I know you might have New Year's resolutions of having healthier skin, feeling more confident. And we're going to be talking about those main skincare concerns that majority of women struggle with and how to fix them. So welcome, welcome. And yes, congratulations, Amanda. Yeah, thanks so much, Jennifer, and have a wonderful rest of your night. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye.